Hey guys, Will here from Dragline Dynamics. I'm here to talk about some updates on the Charlotte robot. Now, Charlotte is not really a robot. I like to call this current version of Charlotte a locomotion platform. She just has motors, mechanisms, legs, and maybe a battery. That is to say, she's not coming with any control systems, microcontrollers, computers, anything like that. That's all for you to decide. So I have a few pre-orders for Charlotte in the works already, and I thank those customers for their patience. Thankfully, Charlotte's design is almost production ready. Just a few more tweaks. I know the saying, shoot the engineer, ship the product, but unfortunately I'm a one-man operation, so there's not very many checks and balances. Now, it's really important to me that Charlotte as a locomotion platform is extremely configurable. That's why I've built actually two different designs of Charlotte. So there are two configurations. One, the battery configuration. It comes with a 9-volt LiPo battery. Previously, I thought there would just be space for a battery like this, but I think that this battery is actually quite a good choice for Charlotte, and it works quite well. So I'm going to include that battery, and of course you can swap it out if you want. And there's the base configuration. The base configuration doesn't contain a battery. It has motors in the center of it, whereas the battery configuration has the motors at one end and the battery at the other, so it balances itself out. To accommodate the 9-volt battery shape in the battery configuration of Charlotte, as well as the motors, which must balance Charlotte at the other end, the battery configuration is a slightly longer body shape than the base configuration, by about a half an inch on each side. So one of the main things I've changed since the last time you may have seen Charlotte is I've made her legs a little bit longer. I did a competition comparing a big design of Charlotte versus a little design of Charlotte, and I like the little design a lot better for its speed, but I think the legs could have been a little bit longer so it could more easily traverse rocky terrain. And that's exactly what I did. I also spent a little bit of time making Charlotte's legs a lot thinner than you might have seen before. And this is pretty good for preventing the legs from bumping into each other, which was causing a lossy movement. Additionally, you might notice that Charlotte's legs are no longer perfectly a flexure. Before, I was pretty committed to using an entire flexure 4-bar linkage for Charlotte's legs, but I realized it would be far better and more reliable to use 2 pin joints and 2 flexure joints. This really helps Charlotte's legs from deforming in unwanted directions. So the legs are designed to be a consumable component. So to remove legs, all you need to do is remove these 2 screws, and removing this panel reveals the bottom of the leg base. You simply slide that out and pull out the peg. It might take a little bit of force. One of the things I spent a lot of time on was making sure that I could get a connection between the leg's peg and the output gear of Charlotte's body that is stable enough that it doesn't rip out while Charlotte's walking, but not too stable such that it can never be removed. And it might require a little bit of extra force, but it's still certainly possible. So if you want to replace Charlotte's legs, that is easy to do so. Replacing Charlotte's legs is as easy as pushing in the peg and pressing in the base. Then you simply replace those panels that were removed with 2 screws. You can buy more legs at dragline.tech to replace legs that may be broken. Now, the base configuration doesn't come with a battery pack, and it doesn't have as much space for the 9-volt battery pack in the base configuration. The motors are in the middle and form the center of mass of the robot. So it's very well balanced, but it's a little bit trickier to fit a battery in. But I figure somebody's going to figure out how, and maybe you'll want this smaller base configuration just because it's a little bit more versatile than the battery configuration. And there's more space for stuff. The base configuration has windows in the back and front in case you want to add cameras. And if we plug into a power supply, we can see the way that the motors move. I want my customers to be able to configure this locomotion platform in whatever way they want, including whatever microcontrollers or computers they want to add to the interior of this. And so to both configurations, I've added a grid of M2 heatset inserts that are 5 millimeters apart from each other. This allows you to mount, whatever you want. For instance, I spent about a week creating a radio control system for Charlotte. So this basically just includes a motor driver, a radio transceiver, a microcontroller, and a capacitor. And this just allows me to execute simple radio control commands to allow Charlotte to move around wherever I want. So to be clear, this radio control system, which is this mess of wires that you see attached here, is not included. And that's a good thing. That's not something you want. This is a mess. I trust you to put together a better system than this for sure. You might have to 3D print your own holders for breakout boards that you can commercially buy, or you can design your own custom PCBs that are easily mountable to Charlotte's body. And if you're unfamiliar with systems like this, you can look up how to do radio control, Bluetooth control, or Wi-Fi control online, as well as how to use a dual H-bridge motor driver like the one that I've used here, alongside your favorite microcontroller, whether that be an Arduino Nano or even a small Raspberry Pi. All of that stuff can be found on the wonderful thing called the internet. You can see I still haven't put in the inserts in here, but this table here is also a grid of inserts. There's inserts up top here, and there's inserts, just a few, down there on either side of the battery. For the battery configuration, the motors have male header pin wires, just like with the base configuration, but the battery has female header sockets. Now, both configurations of Charlotte will come with two different styles of covers. One that's essentially a wireframe. If you need things poking up or sticking out, that is totally doable. There will also be a full solid cover included that allows Charlotte to maintain a perfectly flat profile. There's just a few question marks left, like what kind of connectors do I really need to add to the battery and the motor for maximum configurability? I still have some question marks about the leg pegs to make them easily replaceable, but I really don't think that's that much of a problem. It really just needs to be easy to insert, which it is. It's not as easy to pull out, but it's still possible to pull out. You might need some pliers. Because the legs are supposed to be consumable, damaging the legs when you remove an old one is not as big of a deal as damaging the socket that the legs insert into, which is not designed to be consumable. So again, thank you for your patience to everybody who has ordered a Charlotte. I think I'm almost ready to update the website with all of these new features, and so you might see that upon release of this video. In any case, Charlotte is going to become a full product very soon. Stay safe, stay amazing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.